Turning 50 is an amazing milestone in life, but guess what? It's also a wake-up call. Your body starts going through changes, metabolism slows down, energy levels dip, and suddenly, those foods you used to eat without a second thought, they're not your best friends anymore. If you want to stay healthy, active, and full of energy, there's a big secret you need to know: what you eat matters more than ever. That's why, in this video, we're going to reveal 10 foods you should absolutely avoid after turning 50 if you want to keep feeling your best. Now, I'm not saying you have to live off salads or give up every food you love. But trust me, there are certain foods that could be silently doing serious damage to your health, even if they look harmless on your plate. The good news is, making just a few small changes to your diet can have huge benefits: more energy, a stronger heart, better digestion, and even a sharper mind. Okay, I get it. You've been eating some of these foods for years, maybe even decades. So why should you change now? Well, think of your body like a car. When it's brand new, it runs smoothly no matter what fuel you put in. But as it gets older, it needs better care, premium fuel, regular maintenance, to keep running smoothly. After age 50, your body's the same way. What worked in your 30s or 40s might be doing more harm than good now. And it's not just about looking good, though who doesn't want that? We're talking about preventing serious health issues like heart disease, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. So, stick around, because in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 10 foods you should seriously consider ditching after 50. And don't worry, I'm not just going to tell you what to avoid. I'll also give you easy, delicious swaps for each food, so you can still enjoy your meals without feeling deprived. After all, life after 50 should be about enjoying yourself, not feeling like you're on some strict diet. So, before we dive in, I want you to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because I've got tons of practical, no-nonsense health tips coming your way. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on how to live your best, healthiest life in your 50s, 60s, and beyond. Alright, let's get to it. These are the 10 foods you should never eat after 50 if you want to protect your health and keep feeling like the best version of yourself. And, believe me, number 7 will surprise you. Let's start with food number 1. Food number 1, sugary beverages, sodas, energy drinks, etc. After the age of 50, your body changes in ways you might not expect. And while you're paying more attention to things like your energy, joints, and digestion, there's one major thing you absolutely need to ditch from your diet: sugary beverages like sodas and energy drinks. Now, I know what you're thinking. You've been drinking soda for years, and it's just a little treat, right? But here's the truth: sugary drinks are like ticking time bombs for your body after 50. First of all, sugary beverages cause massive spikes in your blood sugar levels. When you drink a can of soda, your blood sugar shoots up, and your body scrambles to produce insulin to bring it back down. This repeated spike and crash cycle not only drains your energy, but also puts you at risk for something much more dangerous: type 2 diabetes. Yes, diabetes. The sweet taste might seem harmless, but sugary drinks are one of the biggest culprits behind the diabetes epidemic. After age 50, your body becomes more sensitive to the foods and drinks you consume, meaning you can't bounce back as easily as you did in your 20s or 30s. Did you know that just one can of soda can contain up to 10 teaspoons of sugar? Imagine dumping 10 spoonfuls of sugar into your coffee. Crazy, right? And it's not just about blood sugar. Sugary drinks are empty calories, meaning they add to your waistline without giving your body any nutrients. Over time, this leads to weight gain, which increases your risk of heart disease, especially after 50. Sodas and energy drinks are loaded with high fructose corn syrup, which has been linked to increased belly fat, higher cholesterol levels, and even liver disease. Your heart and liver take a big hit every time you crack open a can. So, what can you drink instead? It's simple. Water, herbal teas, or fruit-infused water are fantastic options. You can even make your own flavored water by adding slices of lemon, mint, or berries to keep things refreshing. Not only are these drinks free of added sugar, but they also hydrate your body, help with digestion, and even keep your skin looking youthful. Plus, they won't send your blood sugar on a wild roller coaster ride. Look, I'm not saying you can never enjoy a soda again. But making the choice to limit sugary drinks is one of the most impactful changes you can make for your health after 50. Every small decision adds up, and trust me, your future self will thank you. So, what will you reach for the next time you're thirsty? Let me know in the comments. Food number 2, processed meats, bacon, sausages, etc. We all love bacon, sausages, maybe a good old hot dog at a summer barbecue. But after the age of 50, these tasty processed meats could be doing more harm than you think. I know, they taste amazing, but hang with me for a second because what I'm about to tell you could seriously change your health for the better. Processed meats like bacon, sausages, deli meats, and hot dogs are often loaded with chemicals and preservatives. Sure, they're convenient, but they're also linked to some pretty scary health risks. After 50, your body is more sensitive to these dangers, making it even more important to think about what you're putting on your plate. So, what's the big deal? Well, processed meats are classified as Group 1 carcinogens by the World Health Organization. Yep, that's the same category as tobacco and asbestos. Studies show that eating just 50 grams of processed meat a day, that's about 2 slices of bacon, can increase your risk of colorectal cancer by 18%. And that's not all. Let's break it down. Processed meats often contain nitrates and nitrites, chemicals used to preserve the meat and give it that nice pink color. Sounds innocent enough, right? But when these chemicals are exposed to high heat, like frying or grilling, they can form compounds called nitrosamines, which are known to cause cancer. And it's not just cancer we're talking about. Processed meats are also super high in sodium, which is really bad for your blood pressure. After 50, it's common for blood pressure to creep up, and too much sodium can make that worse, leading to heart disease or even a stroke. Now, I'm not saying you can never enjoy a piece of bacon again. But if you're having these types of meats daily or even a few times a week, it's time to think about cutting back. Your body will thank you. So, what can you eat instead? Well, lean meats like chicken or turkey are much better options. They're high in protein without all the harmful chemicals. And if you're looking to skip meat entirely, plant-based options like beans, lentils, or tofu are great choices that are packed with nutrients and fiber. Plus, plant-based diets are proven to reduce inflammation, lower cholesterol, and even help manage weight. All things that are crucial for staying healthy after 50. So, the next time you reach for that bacon or sausage, remember, your body is asking for healthier fuel. Small changes like cutting back on processed meats can make a huge difference in your overall health and longevity. Food number 3, refined carbohydrates, white bread, pasta, etc. Did you know that eating your favorite foods like white bread or regular pasta might be doing more harm than good, especially after the age of 50? Yep, it's time to rethink those carbs. In this part of the video, I'm going to explain why refined carbs can be a silent enemy to your health as you get older and, of course, I'll share some healthier swaps. Alright, let's get into it. Refined carbohydrates, think white bread, white pasta, pastries, are often stripped of their natural nutrients. You might be thinking, but I've eaten these all my life, what's the big deal? Well, as you age, your body's ability to process these types of foods changes, and not in a good way. Here's the science. During the refining process, grains lose the bran and germ, which are the parts that contain fiber, vitamins, and minerals. What you're left with is the starchy endosperm, which doesn't do much for your health. And here's where the problem comes in: refined carbs cause your blood sugar to spike rapidly. It's like a sugar rush, but it doesn't last long. And what goes up must come down. Those blood sugar crashes? That's when you feel sluggish, cranky, and craving more carbs or sugar. When you're younger, your metabolism can handle these spikes a bit better. But after 50, your metabolism slows down and your body becomes less efficient at processing sugar. Constant blood sugar spikes from refined carbs can lead to weight gain, insulin resistance, and, eventually, type 2 diabetes. That's not all. Refined carbs are also linked to increased inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is one of the main culprits behind conditions like heart disease, arthritis, and even certain cancers. So, what's the solution? Thankfully, you don't have to give up bread or pasta altogether, you just need to switch to the whole grain versions. Whole grains, like brown rice, quinoa, whole wheat bread, or pasta, are packed with fiber. Fiber helps stabilize your blood sugar, keeps you feeling full longer, and even supports digestive health. And there's more good news. Whole grains are rich in B vitamins, magnesium, and antioxidants, all of which help keep your body functioning at its best. The fiber in these grains can also help lower cholesterol levels and reduce the risk of heart disease, a major concern as we age. Look, I get it, switching from fluffy white bread to whole wheat might not sound too exciting at first. But your taste buds can actually adjust pretty quickly. Plus, your body will thank you. You'll have more stable energy, better digestion, and a much lower risk of developing those age-related health issues. Let me show you a quick comparison. Here we have a slice of white bread. It's soft, but it's basically just empty calories. Over here, whole wheat bread, packed with fiber, vitamins, and minerals. It's the same with white pasta versus whole grain pasta. The difference is night and day when it comes to your health. So the next time you're at the grocery store, make the swap. Your body will handle whole grains much better, and you'll be taking a huge step toward better health. Remember, food is fuel, and after 50, you want to fuel your body with the best possible options. Food number 4, fried foods, French fries, fried chicken, etc. We all love the crunch and flavor of fried foods, right? French fries, fried chicken, onion rings, these are comfort foods for so many of us. But if you're over 50 and still indulging in these crispy treats regularly, you might want to hit pause. Why? Well, here's the harsh truth, fried foods could be wreaking havoc on your health, and the risks only get worse as we age. Let me explain why it's time to rethink that order of fries. First off, fried foods are loaded with trans fats. And trans fats are the enemy of your heart. When you consume too many trans fats, your bad cholesterol, LDL, levels go up, and your good cholesterol, HDL, levels go down. This nasty combo can lead to clogged arteries, increasing your risk of heart disease and even stroke. Sorry, fries. You're just not worth the risk. But it's not just your heart that's taking the hit. Did you know that fried foods are also hard on your digestive system? As we get older, our metabolism slows down, and fried foods make things worse. They're heavy, greasy, and take a long time to digest, which can lead to bloating, discomfort, and even acid reflux. No one wants to spend their evening popping antacids after every meal. And here's something you might not know, fried foods also cause inflammation in the body. Inflammation is one of the key drivers of age-related diseases like arthritis, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. So, every time you reach for that fried chicken drumstick, you could be triggering more aches and pains down the road. Now, the good news. You don't have to give up your favorite crispy foods entirely. There are healthier alternatives to frying. Have you tried air frying? It gives you the same crispy texture without all the oil. You can enjoy air-fried veggies, chicken, even fries, without the guilt or the health risks. Air frying uses little to no oil, and you still get that satisfying crunch. Plus, you're not loading up on trans fats, so your heart will thank you. And trust me, it tastes amazing. Another tip? Try baking instead of frying. You can bake your favorite foods like chicken tenders or potato wedges. They'll still be crispy on the outside and tender on the inside, but way healthier. Look, I get it. We all crave fried foods now and then. But after 50, it's time to make smarter choices for your health. So the next time you're tempted by those golden fries or crispy fried chicken, ask yourself, is it really worth the risk? With a few small changes, you can still enjoy delicious, crispy foods without sacrificing your health. So, go ahead, try air frying or baking, and your body will thank you. Food number 5, high sodium foods, canned soups, chips, etc. Alright, folks, let's talk about something most of us are guilty of indulging in: high-sodium foods. Now, I get it, econ soups, chips, and those quick, packaged snacks are so convenient, right? But after age 50, they can do more harm than good. And trust me, your heart, kidneys, and blood pressure aren't thanking you for it. Have you ever stopped to check the label on that can of soup? Let me tell you, it's not pretty. This little can contains more than 1,000 milligrams of sodium. That's almost half of the recommended daily intake, and that's just from one serving. Imagine what happens when you have a salty snack later in the day or sprinkle a little extra salt on your dinner. Boom! You've blown your sodium intake through the roof. Now, why is this such a big deal, especially after you hit the big 5-0? Sodium, when consumed in excess, causes your body to retain water. And what happens when your body holds onto too much water? Your blood pressure skyrockets. High blood pressure is one of the biggest risk factors for heart disease, stroke, and kidney damage. And the truth is, our bodies become less efficient at processing sodium as we age. Your heart has to pump harder to push all that extra fluid around, which puts strain on your arteries and organs, especially your kidneys. These little guys are working overtime to filter out the excess salt, and over time, it can lead to kidney damage or even kidney failure. But wait, it's not just about the long-term effects. Even in the short term, high sodium can make you feel bloated and sluggish, and that's no fun. So what can you do? Well, first, start by cutting back on those packaged and processed foods. You can make soups at home with fresh vegetables, low-sodium broth, and herbs. Speaking of herbs, fresh herbs like basil, cilantro, and rosemary are your new best friends. They add flavor without the need for salt. Look at that! Who needs salt when you've got nature's flavor bombs right here? And when it comes to snacks like chips, it's time to swap them out for healthier options. Unsalted nuts, air-popped popcorn, or even raw veggies with a homemade dip are great alternatives that won't put your heart at risk. And here's a challenge for you: try cutting back on your use of the salt shaker. Trust me, your taste buds will adapt, and in a few weeks, you won't even miss it. To stay healthy after 50, you want to aim for no more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium a day. That means reading labels, making more meals at home, and finding flavorful, low-sodium options. It's not as hard as you think, and your body will thank you for it. So remember, if you want to keep your heart healthy, your blood pressure in check, and your kidneys happy, skip the high-sodium foods. Your future self will be so grateful. Food number 6, artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners, they sound like a great idea, right? A sweet treat without the calories. But what if I told you that these sneaky little packets might be doing more harm than good, especially after you hit 50? Stick around, because I'm going to explain why these so-called healthier alternatives might not be as sweet as you think. Artificial sweeteners are everywhere, in diet sodas, your sugar-free yogurt, protein shakes, and even that sugar-free candy you've been enjoying. But here's the kicker: while these sugar substitutes don't have calories, they could be sabotaging your health in more ways than one. Let's break this down. When you're over 50, your metabolism starts to slow, and your body's ability to process food changes. That's where things get tricky with artificial sweeteners. Studies have shown that consuming them can actually confuse your metabolism. Your brain thinks it's getting sugar, but it's not, so it can lead to overeating and even weight gain. Yeah, you heard me right. That diet soda could be doing the opposite of what you want. And let's talk about your gut health. After age 50, gut health becomes more important than ever because your digestive system can slow down. Guess what artificial sweeteners do? They can mess with your gut bacteria. Your gut has trillions of good bacteria that help keep everything running smoothly. But certain artificial sweeteners, like aspartame and sucralose, have been found to disrupt this balance, leading to digestive issues like bloating, gas, and worse, they can even weaken your immune system. Here's something that might shock you: you might not even realize you're consuming artificial sweeteners. These things are sneaky. They are hiding in everything from sugar-free gum to protein bars. So the next time you reach for a healthy snack, check the label for words like aspartame, saccharine, sucralose, or stevia. Another weird thing about artificial sweeteners? They can actually make you crave more sweets. Yep, because they're so intensely sweet, sometimes 200 times sweeter than regular sugar, your taste buds can get addicted to that level of sweetness. That means you could end up craving sugary foods even more, leading to a vicious cycle of sugar cravings and overeating. Now, you're probably wondering, so what am I supposed to use instead? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Instead of these artificial options, you can use natural sweeteners in moderation, like honey or pure maple syrup. They might have calories, but at least they come with some nutrients and don't mess with your gut or metabolism. If you're really looking for a sugar alternative, opt for natural stevia or monk fruit, which are less likely to cause these side effects. So, if you want better health after 50, it might be time to ditch those artificial sweeteners. Your gut, your metabolism, and your waistline will thank you. Food number 7, alcohol, especially excessive consumption. A glass of wine after a long day sounds relaxing, right? But wait, if you're over 50, that drink might be doing more harm than you think. Before you take that next sip, let's talk about what alcohol is really doing to your body as you age. Now, I know what you're thinking, I'm just having a little drink. It can't be that bad. But after 50, your body processes alcohol differently, and what once felt harmless can actually start to affect your health in ways you might not expect. First, let's talk about your liver. As we age, our liver slows down, just like the rest of our body. This means it takes longer for your liver to break down alcohol. Drinking too much can lead to liver damage, fatty liver disease, and even cirrhosis. Yikes! And that's not all. Drinking alcohol can also increase your risk of heart disease. Studies show that excessive drinking raises your blood pressure and can lead to an irregular heartbeat, things you definitely don't want to mess around with, especially after 50. But the most surprising part? Alcohol affects your brain as well. You might think a couple of drinks help you relax and unwind, but over time, drinking too much can actually shrink your brain. Yes, you heard that right, shrink. And this can lead to memory problems, difficulty concentrating, and even increase your risk of dementia. I don't know about you, but I want to keep my brain as sharp as possible for as long as possible. So, does this mean you need to give up alcohol completely? Not necessarily. Moderation is key. For men, that means no more than 2 drinks a day, and for women, it's 1 drink per day. But remember, even if you stick to the moderation rule, alcohol still affects you differently after 50 than it did in your 30s or 40s. So, what can you do? Try swapping out that second, or even first, drink for a healthier alternative. How about a refreshing mocktail, kombucha, or even just sparkling water with a twist of lemon or lime? You'll still get that celebratory feeling without the negative effects. Delicious, right? And guess what? Your body will thank you for it. You'll sleep better, feel more energized, and reduce your risk of serious health issues. Here's the takeaway. After 50, your health is your biggest asset. Cutting back on alcohol, or even eliminating it, can help you live a longer, healthier, and happier life. So, the next time you're tempted to pour that extra glass of wine, think about your future self. They'll thank you. Food number 8, packaged snack foods, cookies, crackers, etc. Let's talk about a sneaky culprit that many of us turn to when we need a quick snack fix. You know what I'm talking about, those tempting packaged snacks like cookies, crackers, and chips that are oh so easy to reach for, but they come with some serious consequences, especially after age 50. Now, we've all been there. You're hungry, it's mid-afternoon, and you grab that little bag of chips or maybe a couple of crackers to hold you over until dinner. Harmless, right? Not so fast. These processed, packaged snacks may be convenient, but they're often loaded with things you don't want in your body, especially if you're trying to stay healthy after 50. Let's take a closer look. Most packaged snacks are filled with unhealthy fats, excessive sugar, sodium, and a bunch of artificial ingredients that are hard to even pronounce. And guess what? All these additives contribute nothing good to your body. No nutrition, no vitamins, and definitely no benefits for your long-term health. Here's the scary part: these so-called snacks can lead to real health problems. They're packed with trans fats and high fructose corn syrup, which are known to increase your risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and chronic inflammation. That little bag of chips might feel satisfying in the moment, but your body pays the price later. Over time, snacking on these processed foods regularly can cause weight gain and increase your risk of conditions like type 2 diabetes. Plus, they're so easy to overeat. Ever notice how one cookie turns into 5? It's not a coincidence. These foods are designed to make you crave more. But don't worry, I've got a solution. You can satisfy your snack cravings in a healthier way that keeps your energy levels stable and your body strong. Swap out those packaged cookies and crackers for whole food options like fresh fruits, a handful of nuts, or homemade snacks. These are packed with fiber, vitamins, and healthy fats that actually fuel your body. One of my go-to snacks is this super easy trail mix. Just grab some almonds, sunflower seeds, and a little dried fruit, no preservatives, no added sugars, just pure goodness. It's crunchy, satisfying, and will give you the boost you need without the harmful effects of processed junk. And the best part? You can make it in minutes. So the next time you're feeling snacky, skip the processed stuff and go for something that will truly benefit your health, especially as you age. Remember, every little choice matters, and your body will thank you for choosing real, whole foods over those artificial snacks. If you're serious about maintaining your health after 50, ditching these packaged snacks is a great start. Trust me, your heart, waistline, and energy levels will see the difference. Food number 9, high-fat dairy products, cream, full-fat cheese, etc. When was the last time you indulged in some rich, creamy cheese or poured full-fat cream into your coffee? Tastes amazing, right? But here's the thing, after age 50, these delicious foods might be doing more harm than good to your body. Let's talk about high-fat dairy products like cream, butter, and full-fat cheese. They're tasty, sure, but as we age, they can become a silent enemy to our health. Why? Because they're loaded with saturated fats. Saturated fats are the kind that can raise your LDL, or bad cholesterol. And guess what? After 50, your body doesn't process these fats as efficiently as it used to. That means these fats start building up in your arteries, increasing your risk of heart disease and stroke. Now, you might be thinking, but I've eaten these my whole life. Why should I stop now? Well, as we age, our metabolism slows down and our heart has to work harder. Eating high-fat dairy regularly puts extra strain on your cardiovascular system. In fact, studies show that diets high in saturated fats increase the risk of heart disease by up to 30%. And it's not just heart disease, you're also looking at a higher chance of stroke and inflammation. Speaking of inflammation, do your joints ever feel stiff or painful? That could be a sign of chronic inflammation, something high-fat dairy can make worse. Inflammation doesn't just affect your joints, it's linked to a whole range of health issues like diabetes and autoimmune disorders. Cutting back on foods like full-fat cheese and cream can significantly reduce that inflammation and give your joints the break they deserve. Now, I know what you're thinking, don't I need dairy for calcium and strong bones? Yes, calcium is important, but you don't need high-fat dairy to get it. There are so many low-fat or non-dairy alternatives that still give you the calcium you need without all the saturated fats. Think almond milk, soy milk, or even low-fat yogurt, all of which are much kinder to your heart and waistline. Instead of reaching for that full-fat cheese or heavy cream, swap them out with healthier options. Low-fat Greek yogurt, plant-based cheeses, or even low-fat milk can satisfy your cravings without the negative side effects. These simple swaps can make a huge difference in your health, helping you keep your cholesterol in check, reduce inflammation, and support your heart for years to come. So, the next time you're tempted to indulge in a slice of creamy cheese or pour heavy cream into your coffee, think about the impact on your health. Small changes now can lead to a stronger, healthier body later. Food number 10, red meat, especially fatty cuts. Alright, it's time to talk about a food that might surprise you: red meat. Now, I know, steaks, burgers, and roasts have been a staple of many of our diets for years. But if you're over 50, it's time to really think about how much red meat, especially those fatty cuts, you're eating. Here's the thing: red meat, especially fatty cuts like ribeye, T-bone, and ground beef, are loaded with saturated fats. And while a little bit of fat is essential for our bodies, too much of the saturated kind can do some serious damage, especially to your heart. Saturated fats raise your LDL cholesterol, aka the bad to cholesterol, which can clog your arteries. This increases your risk of heart disease and stroke, two things we really want to avoid as we age. But wait, it's not just about cholesterol. Red meat has also been linked to inflammation in the body. Over time, that inflammation can wear down your immune system and make you more susceptible to chronic conditions like arthritis, diabetes, and even certain cancers. And here's something to keep in mind: studies have shown that regular consumption of red meat, especially processed forms like bacon and sausages, can significantly increase your risk of colorectal cancer. That's something no one wants to hear. Now, I'm not saying you need to completely cut red meat out of your life. But if you're over 50, moderation is key. A few small changes can make a huge difference to your long-term health. Instead of those fatty cuts, try opting for leaner options like sirloin, tenderloin, or even bison, which has a lot less fat than beef. And hey, why not switch it up with some heart-healthy fish like salmon or tuna? They're packed with omega-3s, which are great for reducing inflammation and protecting your heart. You can also replace red meat with plant-based proteins like lentils, chickpeas, and tofu. These are high in fiber, low in fat, and still give you the protein you need to keep your muscles strong as you age. Now, you might be thinking, but I love my steak. And I get it. Red meat can be delicious. But here's the trick: cut back. You don't have to give it up entirely. Try having red meat just once or twice a week and fill the rest of your meals with healthier proteins. Your body will thank you for it. Trust me. Over time, you'll notice you have more energy, you'll feel lighter, and your heart will be stronger. It's one of those small changes that adds up big time when you're 50 and beyond. So, next time you're at the grocery store or firing up the grill, just remember, those fatty cuts of red meat might not be doing you any favors in the long run. Make the switch to leaner options, or go plant-based for a meal or two, and your future self will definitely thank you. So, there you have it. These 10 foods might have been a part of your daily diet for years, but once you hit the age of 50, it's time to hit the brakes. If you're serious about protecting your health, improving your energy levels, and living a longer, happier life, removing these foods can make all the difference. I get it, breaking old habits isn't easy. I mean, who doesn't love a slice of pizza or the occasional fried snack, right? But trust me, once you start noticing the benefits of cutting back on these unhealthy foods, you'll never want to go back. You'll feel lighter, have more energy, and be giving your body exactly what it needs to thrive. Think about it: by avoiding these foods, you're not just helping your body today. You're investing in your future self. You're reducing your risk of heart disease, diabetes, digestive issues, and even certain types of cancer. And let's not forget the added bonus: a healthier body means more energy to do the things you love, spend time with family, travel, and really enjoy life. Who doesn't want that? And hey, just because you're giving up these foods, it doesn't mean you can't enjoy eating. There are so many delicious, healthy alternatives out there that taste amazing and make you feel good. Think of it this way: instead of focusing on what you're giving up, focus on what you're gaining: a healthier, more vibrant life. Plus, let's be honest, at 50, it's all about feeling good and looking after ourselves. Gone are the days of eating whatever we want without consequences. But that's okay. We're smarter, wiser, and we know our health is worth the effort. So, let's give our bodies what they need to stay strong and feel amazing every day. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 10 foods were the most surprising to you? And what's one food you're going to start cutting out of your diet today? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be reading and responding to as many as I can. Also, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. And hey, if you want to continue learning more about how to live your healthiest life after 50, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Your health journey doesn't stop here. We've got so much more to share. Thanks for watching, and remember, your health is your greatest wealth. Take care of it, and it'll take care of you. See you in the next video.